Greetings out there in YouTube land, planet Earth. I just listened to this beautiful little piece here. I love that. Play it for you, but it's really funny. It's on this site. I got it on my list, but I don't think I'm allowed to play it. I'll get in trouble. And all I want to do is promote it, right? You know, my wife loved music, right? She really did. She took me to a Molly Hatchet concert on my birthday. It had to be playing in town. And at one time we were in, and she said, "Oh man, just because of well, she saw that she knew a lot of their songs when she was younger, right? But she saw a band coming to town, and it was my birthday, so she got me tickets, right? Oh, poor choice of seats though, because the speakers are right there in front of me. I thought I was deaf for a while when I left there. It was so loud that I had to put my hands right, a cup them around her ear, and I put my mouth there, and I was trying to yell, right? And she couldn't hear a thing. So I just kept on ordering strawberry shooters, right? And I pointed at it, and I looked at her, she nod, and that's it. You see, you don't know her before she calls. Excuse me. I need to get my antihistamines, but I didn't get them yet. My ride didn't show up again, right? So no extra groceries. I may do with what I had. I cooked some chicken. I got a little video on that. But, I guest them home. I minister and feed the people too. If they're hungry. If they're hungry, they know they can knock on my door, and I minister to them. And yes, an ex-atheist got here, and I got talking to another one online, right? And he's ready. People make a difference because you spend some time. You don't jump on them and all that, right? They jump on over there, back there, and I just, hey, I said, this is it, man, I was severe end stage, here I am, right? This is my wife. She's a different story, though, right? She was. She got up there after a few strawberry daiquiris, the little strawberry shoes, and they only had a couple. So, but I gave her, she loved the Canadian beer. She was blown away at how good it tasted, right? I told her it's not the same stuff down there. It's like, I don't know how the people drink that stuff down there, right? I mean, but still. So she had a Molson Canadian, right, or Molson X. Didn't matter. We got a bunch of great ones here, right? She was sitting on that going, wow, this is good, right? She wanted to try some of this stuff here, right? And it's playing a song that she used, and she went up there, she loved this song, right? She go up there, she was dancing like a ballerina, right? For an old lady, that's pretty good, right? And all the young children, their jaws just drop, like grandma's dropping the move on them, right? Because they're up there, doing a lame dance like a lot of young ladies do these days, think they can dance, right? And there's my wife, right? Like a ballerina, just you got to see her like a one thing on one still twirling. The band was so blown away, man. They played better, and and then all of a sudden they play the next one. She goes, "Oh, that's my song!" And it starts doing it again, and they're rocking. Then they really got motivated when they watched. There was a small little place they're playing, right? They had too much equipment for the size of the place. Well, they had poor management, there. They really did. The roadies and all that. Well, because I ran a bar before, and I had a bunch of bands. I started off with garage bands, and next thing you know, I was partying with Black Flag, before they got really big there, Well, I knew a few people back in the day. I ran into Kid Rock. I ran into Britney Spears. I ran into a few people. I always got bored, so I was jumping around for different things to challenge myself. And, well, it's really, I didn't know what else to do, right? Some of you know what I'm talking about. Just something just didn't feel right. I was looking for something, but I didn't understand what it was, and it was Jesus, right? He's been there a whole bunch of times in my life, like a bunch of you, right, out there. You know where I was. You're changed now, right? I didn't think about Jesus until I was in a situation, and there are no atheists and foxholes, right? Hey, you know. And then all of a sudden you get around to some friends, and boom. But were they really your friends? Is the question, right? But you're thinking the worldly thoughts again. You totally forget about it until next time something happens. Then you call on them, right? Hey, by the way, but that was a little different, right? Hey, just in case I see you, at least I tried, and I had a little bit of sense of humor with them. And I didn't really know that though until quite recently. He was spending more time with me, and I didn't realize that was the problem. I thought I knew it was a problem to a point. Let's be honest, right? We all did. We figured out we were doing stuff wrong, right? But I was still, I didn't really go for that full relationship, the personal relationship, because so many sadly out there don't. They think it's all about book reading, studying the Britain. It is, but it's more than just the book. I learned that, and it's with this personal relationship. And the more I get invested in this personal relationship between us, the more of a richer reward he's given me. I got the fond memories of my wife right now with the Lord, right? I was healed March 12th of my severe end stage, right? And she was taken to the Lord back home to the head office. June 26th, right? She had told me things. She died, come back, you know. There are times that I want to tell her, she just kind of, forgot to feel that she told me things that are all clear because about my memory now. And I remember these things she said about my future. And it's the same thing. Like the Lord had, I would, when he would go, he fell on a piece of felt. No, 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 not me, man. I ain't playing with no felt. It works for somebody. Hey, you do if you want, right? But I picked a hard one, right? Okay, yeah, it's okay. Lay it on somebody, tell it on me, right? You don't want to be sure. I'd ask for a word or something like that. Well, I got a little bit more than that, man. I had two different people in different countries than me, right? Lay it on me, part one and part two of the thing I was going to do. So that was a confirmation of answer. But I had been trapped with pills because the artery winders, you can't fly in the brain or poop. There goes your brain before you get to altitude, right? An aneurysm, right? You're gone, right? Yeah. And you can't even get to cruising altitude. And I used to fly a plane a long time ago as a kid. When I was 12, I haven't flown since, right? That's something I did as a kid. Well, I knew the pilot, right? So it was really cool, right? And he let me borrow his plane, right? It was really cool. I always used to be really smart when I was a kid, and I could do all kinds of stuff. And I thought I was smart. That's the whole point, right? Worldly knowledge, right? Gathering it in, man. Gathering and making the bucks, thinking it's all about getting the fancy suits and all that. Like, hey, that's what they think it's all about. And yet I was still missing something inside. So they gave me that little precious flower, the little beautiful song in my life. That was my wife, right? Danny. I had some really nice friends on this on the other side give me condolences, and I know a couple of people that actually come in here too, right? But I get a lot of emails from people thanking me for the help, and I don't do anything. I'm just there, and I give a little bit of advice from time to time when they need me. But I'm always there. My door is always open. There's one lost sheep at a time. One seed that, I cast a lot of seeds. Cast seeds out here and there. That we're supposed to do. Making a difference is what it's all about. Trying to make a difference in other people's lives. Because Jesus didn't sit on his ass. He could have, and we never hear about him. He went around healing people. What those people do, they ran around and told us, look what this guy named Jesus did, right? That's how he got famous. That's why you hear about him today. But sadly, most forget, we're still living in the Bible right now. You're still a Bible character. And how can I say this? Well, the Bible's still unfolding right now all around us, and it's talking about you right here, right now, and things to come very soon around the corner. God talks to people every day all over the planet. God heals people every day all over the planet. There's a group, they're way different than me, but an hour down. Windsor on Fire. They're nice guys. I met the guy. I actually got a photo of him. I think I got one in my videos. I went to go meet the guy, right? But they're those elevator people, they dance, they'd be dancing elevator music, they get stuck in there, right? And thinking it was like really good, right? Okay. I've been in an elevator in a while. I've been avoiding those places, right? Oh man, I admit it. I'd be the guy climbing up the wire to get out and listen to some class for anything, right? I even got Christian rap, okay? I got a wide variety of music. I love music so much, right? It's there's a joy that brings to my heart, right? And Jenny was a bit of a song to my heart, right? Yeah, like any other couple, we had a little disagreements here and there, but the thing is, she loved me very much, right? And I know that. And some of you out there know what I'm talking about. Some of you don't worry, one day you will. Because Jesus loves you very much. If you talk to Jesus, man, you're gonna have the best love you ever had. I got this inner peace, calm, and contentment, right? It just rocks my world. Since I actually died of self, and was really born again. That's what it means, but most people don't. They just use the lip service out these days and say they're born again, but they don't live it. Once you're truly born again, and a lot of brothers and sisters know what I'm talking about, because they are right now, they're walking the walk, right? You're never the same because you have a freedom that none can understand, right? Except the others and brothers who've done it, who actually done it. But they forget that Jesus washed the feet of, and he didn't even have a place to lay his head, right? He did all kinds of things and didn't really ask for anything, right? And in giving myself that final last step, he knew I was holding back, right? And then he turned around and he wanted, you're right, no problem, right? I was doing that while my wife was alive, right? And then he wanted me to start doing videos with, okay, like, hey, whoa, I don't do this public speaking, man. I'm a background, man. I give ideas, like, write down plans, and here, you do this. Like, yeah, you want factory design? No problem. You have a piece of paper, walk around here, guys. I tell the guys you're working this weekend on a Friday. Boom, just like that. They come back Monday, whatever, it's all done. Right? I get things done. I wasn't even there. Okay, I'm that kind of person. I write stuff down. I do it. I can manage a company, global company, from a room anywhere. Push in and pull information. I can do anything out of that. But I don't do any of that anymore. Job offers like that would just blow your mind, right? And yeah, I had all kinds of jobs. Like one I just trying out there. I moved from one. I worked for my own company. I shouldn't have done. I listened to my ex-wife. Uh, she's got a PhD in her own lab down in the States, right? Yeah, but she wanted to get back to me. I cannot believe that. Oh, whoa. Praise God, that one didn't work out. That was definitely unevenly yoked, right? That woman just did not appreciate it. I paid for her to go to school, and she got her PhD from McGill, right? So that's it's not a cheap school, the best on the planet. You got a degree from McGill, you can go anywhere on the planet. You get a job right away, right? So, the thing is, she did the work, a little bit, that's okay. My daughter has a law degree and a nursing degree, and she works for the VA in the States because they had a shortage of nurses. So she's a nurse down there helping wounded American soldiers and all that nobody else cares about, even in their own country, sadly. They got to make them pay ridiculous fines for parking. They can't find any parking, so they find a place to park. And they might be a few minutes late. They get like over $100 ticket. And yet some of them lost so much defending the Americans. It really breaks my heart, right? At least my daughter has got a heart. She's out there trying to make a difference. Okay. The father of my grandchild was supposed to go there, but he was supposed to go to Afghanistan, I believe, and he got killed en route anyway, right? So he never made it. But the whole point is no benefits or none of that stuff, right? Because he never really made it. You know what I'm saying? When you're going there, but you don't really get there yet. Think. Anyway, never mind. That's her thing, right? She's still working for the VA right now because they had thousands of doctors and nurses short, and well, she's got mad skills, right? She's got a law degree. That's my daughter. My son, on the other hand, right? He goes to a job that somebody might not like, right? But he turns around and I have issues, okay, but still. Then he turns around and he sits back and plays that Nintendo game all the time. When he's not working, he's playing that thing. He's in an addict, right? And God had me bring him 2 new Bibles, and I got new Bibles. Got the 1611 original text, it was very poetic. I really love it. And you guys should all read it, actually, because that's what all the other ones are based on. You can see it online, too, right? They got it online, and I got it in my Bible thing online, right? It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. That's what all these other ones are supposed to be based on. And that's when you see the huge differences in editing. It's amazing, right? Like say in the King James, that's when God wanted me to get the King James. The new one is edited, and you don't want to mess with those things. Now, there's 1 or 2 little minor things wrong with it. They took the part about cannabis out and changed it to another plant. You say, you don't think I was going to ask God about that when he was healing me? It's legal in my area. You think I was going to risk anything that get him mad at me? But I had a lot of friends that smoked, right? So I smoked when I was young, too. Things, you don't have to ask a lot of stuff that's relevant to their times, though, That's stuff I'm going to have to deal with, right? And he was nice enough to answer, And then God told me about everything about weed I was with you. I did in a video, and then he brought this one right to my, boom, right there. It's a beautiful documentary. And I believe it's around the 28-minute mark. Forgive me if I'm off a few seconds or a minute, right? It's right just before the middle, where it gets to the part about the Bible. I have it in my great messages, right? And it was used throughout history. But everything God told me was right on, a straight word. And the guy got it right because it uses anointing oil, right? And God said, it's for healing anointing. Remember, every Christian Jesus was the anointed one. This is what he used. And God commanded Moses to do it. If you look at Exodus 30, right? See, it's a miracle that I even remember this. Because I was laughing in December. When I was talking with my brother, Christ Daryl, man. He's my friend now. Because see, I grow a friendship, right? I don't just call it a friend, right? It's an acquaintanceship. And the different levels of it. Because I got burned in the past. And I learned. I read the Bible, I read my Ecclesiastes. I know what's going on at the time of day. Like many of you do, right? We have those false friends that pass that led us astray, right? That were they really our friends? No, they led us astray, right? And now, when we're a little older, we understand the enemy's got people everywhere because this game is going on and heating up, right? Just like you got good people like me and many others trying to make a difference in this world, he's got his people too trying to do the opposite, right? Hey, it's the way it is, right? It's something you got to accept and understand, right? There's a game going on between these guys. They want to turn around and they want to influence you away from Jesus with the Savior, right? That's their game, right? Someone will come at you as friends and all that. They want to get you to do stuff that you shouldn't be doing, right? Hey, we've all experienced it, right? They got a game going on. They can con you. They look really nice. They look like, hey, your friend. What is a friend? People right now are going, oh, that's my friend. They don't even know the person at all. They don't understand the meaning of words. That's why I say you should read your Bible. If you're not sure about words, you look it up, biblical meaning up, because words have really changed big time, right? At least in the Bible days, and God can steer it still for him. He knows every language there is, He still considered leasing as telling lies. Okay, yeah, today it's 36-month lease on a car. The devil's game is sharp, right? He changed the words. I mean, they in my father's house in many mansions. Give me a break, man. Bad interpretation. I asked God anyway. I didn't have to, but I saw it down there, and I already knew. In the walls, they did look like little nooks. You're gonna call it, a place where you can go lay down, rest, talk with whoever preach, chill for a moment when you need to. So in my father's house are many rooms, and I tell you his father's house is coming there. It's huge. Okay, do the math, right? Look at it. Oh, whoa, Ezekiel, wow, right? And there's so much, and then Zechariah. Oh man, I love that. Right? It answers everything you needed to know about which feast is more important, and so much more after the battle. So you can go down to verse Zechariah 14, verse 16 and down. This is all. It's so incredible. The part I'm talking about, you can just focus in on right there. All the people are trying to tell me I didn't know what I was talking about. That all these other feasts are more important to God. When it's written right there, He says the Feast of Tabernacles 3 times, and it's an or elser. There's a big difference between then and now. See, these men think they know what the important days are important to God. See, that's the whole problem. It's men. It's important to men. It's there, the doctrine and dogmas and you name it of men that really upset God. It's all about faith and a personal relationship. That's it. You don't give to whatever about the names of religions or the buildings or the titles men love to give themselves. He kept on getting me to remind me because I'm one of them that God decides who He's going to have working for him, whether you like it or not, because He's the boss, right? And yeah, He is, but He's got a great sense of humor. He finds really good, nice people that got good hearts to work for Him. You'd be surprised how many of them there are, right? I met many of them because I didn't want to come on here, and it was a blessing for me. But I actually met a couple, so I thought it was better off on the other side where there's some really nice people, and they were the crazy ones. Pictures of you, oh man, so Paul, it was a great, good hunting ground. Right? There's some other Christians out there trying to make a difference, converting them. 'Cause we play a little game where you buy and sell people's profiles, right? But we put our stuff on there. So a lot of times they look to see who bought them, right? And they see our stuff there, and I write for Jesus, and I put some videos up, right? So I get a lot more views on some of them than anything else because you can't comment here or whatever, right? Because it shows up on the other side. I can get good stuff, but mainly right there, right? I'll put up some other people's stuff too, because I find it interesting over there. They just share site, you know how it goes. But I was getting people actually digging it. I had some really good success there. I've been at it for a couple of years, not many, as some would say, right? But I was doing other stuff before that for the Lord, right? I went off course a little bit. He corrected me and put me back in there and do a little bit of studying. And he's been teaching me lately, though. He's been rocking my world since after he healed me March 12th. Oh, man. Every day. He fixed my memories, right? And this could have been really handy because my wife died, okay? The people who know me just are blown away. That atheist, or former atheist, right? He used to see the ambulance here. Nothing. No, he thought I was dead, for a little bit. Then he saw me and wow, and he just kind of just keeping his distance because he's drunk all the time. Now zero urge that they're laid hands on him. I talked to him about it, and they wanted me to lay hands on him. Guess what? His daughter is next. As soon as his daughter comes, he's gonna have her bring her to me. Right? That's really nice. That's confidence, right? I do good work. All I do is touch him. That's the easy part. Jesus did all the hard work. All I had to do was touch him, right? That's it. The people are doing it every day, all over the planet. So they're doing it more. So they get way more than me because he was number 4. I stopped at number 3, ran into a wolf in sheep's clothing pastor yelling at me and these other people that called themselves Christian. Man, I didn't want any part of it. I told God that's what it is, Christian. I don't want any part of it, man. I can pick another name, right? So I was spiritual on one side because I saw things most of you couldn't even handle, right? But that's why God picked me for it, right? I can handle the tough stuff. I'm not a quitter. I don't mind a challenge because I know I'm in the battlefield. I had a little bit of experience with some challenges. They like that I don't give up, right? He can pick anybody he wants, and he does. He's got people all over the planet working for him right now, all over the planet. If you lay in hand, you name it, they're doing it all over the planet every day. They're doing something for Jesus. If you're doing something for Jesus, actually doing something for Jesus, man, you're in the army of the Lord, man. Hey, you don't worry, you're a worker in the field, right? He's having a problem with getting workers in the field because everybody's too busy doing everything else, sitting in chat rooms all over the place. It doesn't matter where. Take a chat room anyone you want. It doesn't matter for what it is, right? It can be about anything, right? He needs people in the field. Everybody's got time for everything else, but nobody's got time for Jesus. And he's getting really upset because it's later than you think. And as you can see from his getting your attention, it's gone past the non-negotiable spot. It could have been stopped a long time ago because God even gave us an out clause in the Bible that nobody wanted to use it. The planet could have been spared all this if we just used the out clause. He said if the people repented, prayed, he'd hear their prayers and forgive them and heal the land. Right? He'd heal the land. And he'd say, none of this stuff had to happen. Right? Think about it. None of it had to happen. Yes or no clause, but as you can see, nobody wanted to call for world days of prayer over and over to make it right with God. They just didn't fly with some people, right? They didn't like the idea. So they like the way it goes. And, well, they forgot their side loses and they ride the slide. God made that very clear, right? A lot of people don't even know how to read Revelation 3 verses 13, 18. And laughing because December says, whoa, my friend, what do you think I am, Jack Benny? If you remember everything? Well, God's got a great sense of humor because I sure do now. I'm remembering verses and everything. And I would have thought this was impossible. You asked me March 11th, right? The 8th to 84. I couldn't have told you anything. Severe end stage, everything, right? March 12th, 1:38 in the morning, Eastern Standard Time. Whoa! Had to go to a new life. And he even told me what he was going to do. He gave me a choice to lay down and be awake because it was going to hurt. And I took awake because I was sleeping too long and I don't want to miss a minute of it now. I go days without sleep and I don't feel bad. And when I'm working for the Lord, oh, I feel awesome, right? I just grab a handful of raisins or some cranberry or something here there. Make a little salad once in a while, right? I'm fine. Those that come to my place, they're hungry. I feed them. I feed a couple. Oh, I feed a couple of them. It's no big deal. Right? Nothing. There are many others out doing a real difference. And all I do is touch a few people for Jesus. I gotta do more. I say a few words, type a few words, right? But apparently it's making a difference. And if I could do so much with so little, I'm disabled. My door's open 24 hours, right? There's so many of you out there. You even just try just anything for Jesus. Please read your Bible because that's what's going to save you right there. You guys have been after me to get you guys to read your Bibles for now. There's more to say later. When he says time, he just wants you to read your Bibles. Please get to know the real him. Most of the people out there talking about him don't even know him. They haven't even taken the time to read his Bible, his living word. They tell you Jesus is the Word of God, and you don't quite get it. Right there, he said everything you need right there. And it's a lot of things at the same time, but it's also an introduction to the real Jesus. See, you seek him, he'll teach you much. But he tells you in Psalms 119, verse 100, right? And he's going to show you things the ancients don't know. That's how good it is. I remember everything now. That's pretty cool, right? And the funniest part is, I remember parts of the Bible I had never even read. All thanks to Jesus. I'm serious. I couldn't read because I didn't have glasses. I couldn't read much. So I listened to a bit of audio Bible, right? I laid down, I listened to it and everything, and I just listened to it, right? And I got it in my head, thinking Jesus supplied a little bit of extra information, put the verse numbers for me, because they don't say that in the audio Bible, right? Amen. Well, they do sometimes. I wasn't paying attention, especially when I'm sleeping, right? But they're all there. And every time I turn around, every day, he's richly blessing me a little bit more, a little bit more. Because he was grooming me, even though I was scared to do these things, to get ready for a little live streaming. He wanted me to be ready, and I'm going to go out and do a little ministering for him. Like, I have some friends all over the world, so I wanted to see them, and God said, hey, man, I can ask, could I freely travel the world, roam the world? I said, sure, but I'm doing it for him. So this way I get the best of both worlds. I get to see some friends from my other site that I talk to all the time, all the different countries. I got friends in South Africa, you name it, Peru, Chile, I mean, you name it, Brazil, name a country where they can actually talk online without worrying about being killed. I even got people in Bangladesh, but I don't know if I'm going to go there, man. I don't want to cause any problem, right? I know the Lord's got my back, right? I just don't want to cause any problems where Christians aren't welcome. Because they machete people over there to death for being a Christian. And he's got the courage to stand tall in his faith. You get caught blogging over there, they kick in your door, and they kill you. Oh yeah, it's monitored. They thank me for encouraging him. Man, did I cry. Because all I do is type a few words on the keyboard. He's the one walking the walk every day, risking death for his faith. And many will soon too, and they'll know what to do. Because we know that Revelation 6, 9, 11 is going on. It's going to get much, much worse, right? Think about it. Appreciate those around you that you love. Because many will be passing shortly, right? Where they go is up to them, because God gave us a choice. Be hot or cold, because there is no middle. The lukewarm, they're going to ride the slide really bad, because God throws them up. I'm not saying it's God, right? You want me to say it, right? This is the time. Make up your mind, because Satan's going to be cast down soon. Either you're standing tall for Jesus, or you're on your knees kissing Satan's butt. And the ones in the middle, too lazy to decide for themselves, he calls them worse than Lot's wife, because she didn't have a Bible or anything. She just turned around, right? And a lot of these people are in the lukewarms. They got a Bible. They're doing everything against it. They don't even want to bother reading it. And they figure, hey, I'm the last chanter among all these other ones out there to tell them to read their Bible, right? To save their lives. Because it'll give them an induction. And once you see who he is and get to know him a little bit right there from reading it, then you can call upon the name of the Lord and be saved, okay? Then. But if you don't want to bother looking at his word and his living word, please, man, don't even think about it. God knows hearts. If your heart's sincere, that's a different story, but God knows hearts, right? He knows it all, right? He knew everything about me and more than I knew. He even gave me emotions I've never felt before. I mean, just the whole 9 yards, right? And just, wow, every day it's blown away even more and more and more by his vast and his great sense of humor. Oh, he has a great sense of humor. And all of you know what I'm talking about there. I am just so richly blessed that he didn't forget about me and just say, I give up on you. Because he could have done that. But he didn't. Like he did this for me. He did the same for you. He did change your life. Just give him a call. For those of you who haven't, just give him a call. Oh, he's the best friend you'll ever have in the universe, right? Thank you. Bye bye.